Alright, so now we're going to cover sinking funds. Sinking funds are another essential component to your budget. They're really going to be your make it or break it. If you don't have sinking funds, you're going to keep dipping into your emergency fund, and you're going to have to keep replenishing that, or you falling back on a credit card. If you have them, they're going to really kind of keep your budget more steady, I guess I should say. If you have too many of them, you're not going to have the progress you need to really make some leeway. And again, too few of them, you're probably going to keep dipping into that emergency fund that you don't want to touch unless it's an absolute emergency. So, sinking funds. Pretty basic as far as this goes, but it's just one of those things that gotta have. So one of my first sinking funds was my car insurance. We don't pay it every month. We pay it every 6 months. So it's much easier to pull out a little bit of money each month and put aside in a savings account earmarked for that car insurance that's due in 6 months than it is to pull $400 or $500 out of 1 month's budget, because that can really make you feel like you're struggling if you're like, oh, I've got car insurance this month so I have no extra. It's a lot easier when you've just kind of done it along the way. So let's just say our car insurance is $500 every 6 months. So we've got $500 every 6 months. So now we know we're going to need to pull $83.33. We're probably just going to round it up to 85, just so that you have those nice even numbers. So you're going to put out $85 a month into your savings account. I highly recommend Capital One 360 savings accounts, because you have one account and then you can do like 25 accounts off of that one account and you can name them. So that's exactly what I do. I have an account, a savings account that literally the title of it is car insurance. One that the title of it is Christmas, vacation, etc. So Christmas is another one. And, you know, it's not a surprise. It comes on December 25th every year. So if you're putting a little bit of money back all year long, then you're not going to have that panic of, oh my gosh, I have to buy Christmas. So just go ahead in January and set your budget. I want to spend, $600 for Christmas. If you have 2 kids, it's $300 a kid. Or if you have, a kid and nieces and nephews and stuff, just sit down with pen and paper, write out how much you want to spend on each person. You don't have to know what you want to get them a year from now. You just want to know what your budget is going to be. So, we're going to take that and we're going to divide that 600 by 12, because we have 12 months. So we're going to put $50 a month back to give us that. If it's more, adjust. Then another good sinking fund that you're going to have is car maintenance. Now, car maintenance is not the same as your car repair. You're going to need oil changes. You're going to need a battery eventually, brakes, tires, those kind of things. Those are car maintenance things that you have to do. You know they're coming. You know it's needed. How many of us go 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 miles over our oil changes because we just can't pull that extra $40 or $50 out of our pocket that month or that week? Well, if you have a car maintenance fund that you're tucking just a little bit back, then you got it there, you can do it. So let's just say we need an oil change every 3 months and it's going to cost us $30. So that's 4 times a year. So we know we need 120. And then let's say that we're budgeting for tires that we're going to need, and they're going to be $300, and we've probably got a year left on our tires. So we're just going to say that too. 300 plus 120 equals. So we got $420 that we're going to need. That's not a battery, that's not brakes, those kind of things. You can add those up. So we're just going to use this. So we've got a year before we need this. We're going to divide this by 12. So we're going to put $35 a month in a car maintenance fund. You won't need the gateway card with this. You're just going to pull your money out and pay cash for your tires. The shocked look on their face, you'll love it. So it's much easier to pull that out. That's like, what, 1 less day at McDonald's or something like that a month. But it gives you peace of mind. So once you set up your sinking funds, those known funds, school fees, if you know the kids are going to have school fees and they're usually running about $100, go ahead and put those few dollars back every month. This is the sinking funds in a nutshell. You don't want too many of these when you're on debt payoff. So when you're getting that $1,000 together and you're paying off that debt, you want to keep these to the bare minimum known things that are going to come up and are unavoidable. You have to pay them. Your car registration is another one. A clothing fund is another one, because you're not going to buy clothes every month, but your kids will outgrow them and they're going to need pants. So having $10 or $15 a month tucked back in for clothes is another good thing to do. So this is your sinking funds. You want to include these in your budget. They are part of your budget. They're things that you really can't cut out, because they're going to come due eventually. And they don't need to wait. They can't wait until you're debt free. They can't wait until you have your $1,000. They need to be in your budget. You need to be saving, because when you have to pay that car insurance and you don't have the money, where is it going to come from? It's going to come from the $1,000 sitting in the bank. If Christmas comes around and you don't have the money by Christmas, but you got $1,000 sitting in the bank for your emergency fund, yep, you're going to dip into that to fund Christmas. And that $1,000 emergency fund really needs to be emergencies only, like life or death almost kind of situations, or those situations that have to be taken care of and are unavoidable. So this is your sinking funds, and they will help keep you on budget. I'll see you later. Bye.